Hey everyone, Abby here. I want to share a story about my mother-in-law, Kayla. I stumbled upon these stories after experiencing something similar in my life, and a friend recommended this space. Trust me, your stories captivated me so much that I decided to share my own. Kayla is not only entitled but also selfish. Thankfully, my husband Ian is a great guy, and while Kayla never tried to poison me or anything, she did have a habit of stealing from me. This started after I married Ian. Before that, I only met Kayla occasionally and didn't spend much time with her. But after our marriage, she moved in with us, having lost her house due to credit card debts. Ian decided to house his mother and try to help her, but she quickly became a problem for me. She regularly stole from my purse and feigned ignorance when confronted. I remember one incident vividly. I caught her red-handed and confronted her. "Kayla, I heard you come into my room when I was in the shower. You're the only one who wears heels in the house. And I know you took money from my purse. How dare you accuse me of stealing, Abby?" she retorted. "Ian, look at your wife accusing me. All she does is spend money on her own mother and then accuse me of theft. My mom is sick, Kayla, and needs help. This has nothing to do with your stealing. You need to own up to your mistake and give me my money back." "Abby, leave it be. I'll give you the amount that's missing," Ian intervened. "Mom, I've told you countless times to stay away from Abby's things. You can ask me for money. There's no reason to steal." Ian believed me but didn't want to fight with his mom. Technically, there was no solid proof that Kayla stole the money, but we knew it was her. Despite talking to her multiple times, she wouldn't stop. It was taking a toll on me, especially since my mom was sick and needed financial help. Every penny was important to me, and Kayla stealing to buy luxury goods infuriated me. Ian wasn't much help either. Sure, he gave me back the money, but that didn't make Kayla stop. But all this was about to end soon. One day, a small mishap with Kayla's stealing ways changed everything. I always kept my credit card handy instead of having cash. I went out with a college friend, and we mistakenly swapped credit cards while making dinner payments. We realized it only when we got back home. My friend, Abby, spelled Abby, called me to inform me about it. She was making home renovations and needed her card to pay for stuff, which is how she noticed the mistake. We agreed to exchange cards the next day. Imagine my surprise when I couldn't find the card the next morning. Abby called me again. "Did you use my credit card for something?" "No, I actually can't find it in my purse. I'm at home and still looking for it. I'm sure it'll be around here somewhere." "Well, someone stole my card and spent $50,000 on it. I am freaking out. I thought it was you making some emergency payment." "No, no, no. I swear I didn't use it. I don't even know where it is right now. I am still looking. Oh God, what do we do?" I was scared because I didn't know where her card was. I knew Abby trusted me and wouldn't misunderstand, but it still felt like a punch to my gut. I was frantically searching for it and called Ian to check if he had taken it by mistake, but it wasn't him either. Just when I was losing my mind with worry, I heard someone come into the house. It was Kayla, carrying shopping bags from designer stores. My eyebrows shot up in shock. How did Kayla manage to shop for such expensive goods? "Wow, you did a lot of shopping. Did you win a lottery or something?" "Sorry, forget it. It's none of my business." "Here's your card, Abby. I forgot to tell you that I took it to treat myself a little. I've been feeling down and went to buy a few things." "What? So you're the one who took the card? Are you insane, Kayla? Who gave you permission to touch my card?" "Don't act so rude, Abby. You already have lots of money and don't like to share." And that was the breaking point for me. I did what I had to do, Kayla said smugly. "Besides, this is my son's house and everything here belongs to me, including your credit card. Just because this is your son's house doesn't mean you can take whatever you want. You spent $50,000. What did you even buy?" "You know, a few designer bags," she replied nonchalantly, showing off her purchases. "Oh yes, and a new car. My old one was looking a little tired, so I got a Mazda convertible I've been eyeing for a while." "I knew you had the funds, Kayla. I was saving that money for my mother's treatment. Even if it wasn't for that, you have no right to spend it. You need to return everything and get rid of that car." "Absolutely not. If your mother is getting money from you, I should too. You married my son, which means you marry into my family, and you should be spending money on your family." "My mother needs that money for her treatment, Kayla. There's no comparison. Return everything and get the charges reversed." "I won't do what you want, Abby. This is my stuff now, and I deserve to enjoy it." Kayla sauntered away to her room. I was absolutely dumbfounded by this entire situation. After my initial shock wore off, mischievous laughter bubbled up inside me. I actually ended up laughing for a few seconds before regaining my composure. My mother-in-law sure knew how to get herself into trouble, and this time there would be no way for her to escape. I took out my phone and called my friend Abby. When she picked up, I said, "Mystery solved, Abby. I found the car thief and got the card back. Guess who spent $50,000? Seriously, girl, tell me who did it." I was shaking from panic all day. It was my mother-in-law, Kayla. She bought a bunch of designer bags and a new car, thinking it was my car. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with her? I don't believe you let your mother-in-law spend your money. I didn't. She thinks using my money is her birthright or something. She said that since I was paying for my mom's medical bills, I should be spending money on her too. This is nuts, Abby. Your mother-in-law is a psycho. Does she do this often? Unfortunately, yes. She had stolen cash from me before, which is why I rarely keep any around the house. Ian knows and always returns the money, but he doesn't want to deal with his mom's fake tears. But this time, she won't get away with it. This will open Ian's eyes to how horrible she is. My husband wants to file a police report. When they find out it was your mother-in-law, the cops will be at your house to arrest her. What do you want me to do? I want your opinion first, I said. I need to talk to Ian first. I know what I want. I want Kayla to face the consequences. But I also have to take Ian's feelings into account. I don't want him to misunderstand me in any way. I called Ian and told him everything. Ian, your mom is in big trouble. She has committed fraud. We found out she's the one who took Abby's card and spent $50,000 on it. It was Kayla. No, Mom wouldn't do something so stupid and illegal. I don't believe this. How did you even come up with this theory? It's not a theory, Ian. Your mom told me herself. She took Abby's card thinking it was mine. She even returned the card to me just now. Mom took the card and spent $50,000. What the hell does she even buy? Purses and a brand new Mazda convertible. She said that since I was paying for my mom's treatment, she thought she was entitled to my money too. She said that. This is getting worse and worse. What is wrong with my mom? This is unbelievable. Abby wants to file a police report. If she does, Kayla gets arrested. To avoid that, Kayla would have to repay the $50,000 she stole, and she needs to do it today. But she's unwilling to return everything, and she doesn't know she took the wrong card. There's no way Mom could ever come up with that kind of money. What do we do? I thought about it for a while. There was a chance Abby would stop her husband from filing a report if Kayla promised to pay back the money. But since she had no job, it would fall on Ian and me to shell out the money, and there was no way either of us would give away so much cash for Kayla. We also knew Kayla would never repay us. So we made a decision. I called Abby back. You know what, Abby? Go ahead and file the police report. I want Kayla punished. I called you as soon as possible because I wanted you to take action, but I needed to talk to Ian first. He agrees with me. It's time Kayla learns a lesson, I said firmly. Your husband has been reformed. Nice work, Abby. I must say, you made the right decision. My husband always says we shouldn't let criminals get away with their actions, even if they are family. I'm glad you recognized that and trusted me enough to know I didn't extort money from you. Do what you want, Abby. File the police report and get Kayla arrested. We'll be kicking her out anyway. Abby seemed pleased with my decision. Ever since she married a police officer, she's been keen to make criminals face consequences. Yes, her husband is a police officer, which means there was no way Kayla would escape her karma. While Kayla was happily trying on her haul and enjoying her new fashion accessories, the cops were on their way to our house. And so was Ian. He was pissed, so there were multiple surprises in store for Kayla. Within an hour, a group of officers arrived at the house. Felix, Abby's husband, was also with them. He came in through the door as I had graciously invited them inside. So, ready to make your mother-in-law face the law? Felix asked. I've been ready for a while, Felix. I'm glad this is finally happening. Sorry for the inconvenience, though. Nah, you're doing a lot for us. This is our problem now. You don't have to apologize. Go ahead and call your mother-in-law. We'll be waiting here. I took this chance to loudly call Kayla downstairs. She responded that she was coming. As she descended the stairs, I saw she was wearing the brand new clothes she had bought. She was probably trying to show them off to me, unaware of what she was walking into. Once she saw the police officers, she did a double take. I could tell she was nervous as her confidence vanished. "Hello, officers. What is going on here? Is there a problem?" "Yes, ma'am. There is a big problem," one of the officers replied. "I assume you are Kayla, Abby's mother-in-law. We've been looking for you." "That's right, that's me." "What is wrong, officer? Why are you looking for me?" "You need to come with us, ma'am. You're being arrested for credit card theft." "What? There must be a misunderstanding, officers. I didn't steal anyone's credit card. We have proof that you were using someone else's credit card without permission. I believe you spent $50,000 today on that card. We have solid information along with CCTV footage from the stores." "What the hell, Abby? You called the cops on me. How could you do that?" "I already informed you that I used your card. You need to clear this misunderstanding with them, officer. I just used my daughter-in-law's credit card. But I did have permission. She's just trying to trap me by denying that she gave me permission. Believe me, she's just wasting your time. I even gave her the card back." "Why don't you ask her to show the card?" Kayla thought she was being smart by trying to fool the cops. She had no idea how badly she had messed up. I promptly gave Felix the card, and that made Kayla look at me smugly. She thought she would get away with this again and was already plotting revenge against me. But what Felix said next threw her off completely. "Ma'am, do you confirm that this is the credit card you used to shop?" "That's right, this is the card." "Ma'am, this is not your daughter-in-law's card. This is my wife's card. Her name is Abby as well. You see, my wife and your daughter-in-law share the same name and are friends." "What? I don't understand what's going on." Seeing the confusion and sheer panic on Kayla's face was priceless. Since she looked so lost, I decided to help her understand the situation. "I went out with Abby last night, and by mistake, we took each other's cards. I was planning to return it before you managed to steal it. You didn't realize that the name was spelled differently. So basically, you have fraudulently used my friend's card to make those purchases." "That's right," Felix added. "And I'm pretty sure my wife didn't authorize you to use the card. So, you will be arrested for stealing a card and using it without authorization." "Oh my God, I didn't know, officers. I swear I didn't know." Kayla was in full panic mode, trying to find a way out of the situation. Sadly for her, there was nothing she could do. Felix was a tough cop and wouldn't give in to her fake tears. She was bawling when Felix instructed her to turn around so he could handcuff her. Just then, Ian walked in. Kayla saw her chance to make me look bad and avoid getting arrested. Ian, look at what your witch of a wife has done. She tricked me into using her friend's card and now has the cops arresting me. Do something, Ian." Ian looked at her with disappointment. "Mom, I know you have a habit of stealing money from Abby. You've done this countless times before, and every time I gave her money to make up for your mistakes. I have no doubt you took the credit card without permission. I know you, Mom." "I swear I didn't know it was her friend's card, Ian. You have to believe me. Even if you didn't know, you had no right to use someone else's credit card just because you found it near you. Abby has told you multiple times to stay away from her property. Hell, even I warned you about it. Still, you stole from her and gave the worst possible excuse ever. I could have called the cops even if it was my wife's card. Okay, look, son, I am so sorry. Please don't get me arrested. You must know this officer. Please talk to him and do something. You can't let your mother get arrested." "Absolutely not, Mom. You have committed a felony. This is absolutely unacceptable. I've put up with your behavior for a long time and let my wife suffer as well. I won't allow this anymore. I'm done. After you come back from the police station, you can get your own place. I'll be giving you an eviction notice. Enough is enough. If you can't respect me and my wife in my house, you have no place here. Officers, you can take her away. I am done." Hearing that, Felix snapped the handcuffs on Kayla. She couldn't believe her ears when Ian told her she would be kicked out soon. She burst into tears and started pleading with him not to do this. She began pleading with Ian and Felix even as he was dragging her away. When she finally saw the police car outside, her knees gave out, and she collapsed from shock. The cops had to help Felix take her to the police station. After Kayla was taken away, Ian and I had a serious discussion about what we would do with her. I asked him again if he was sure about kicking her out and cutting contact. I didn't want her in my house, but I also didn't want to make Ian sad. To my surprise, he said his decision was final. He had had enough of Kayla's shenanigans. It gave me a lot of relief to hear that. Ian also apologized for not handling the situation sooner and letting it escalate. I forgave him, of course. He was willing to change, and that's all I wanted. You're probably curious about what happened to Kayla. Well, she stayed in jail for a whole night. Then she paid bail out of pocket and got out to return all her bags and clothes to get her money back. The deal with the car was a bit more complicated. That was mainly why the police case was made. It was the only way to get that charge reversed. Kayla is still in a lot of legal trouble and an estate attorney is representing her. She was also served an eviction notice by Ian as soon as she returned home. She cried and begged us for a chance. Ian, please don't kick me out. I'm your poor old mother. Where will I go? This is not my problem, Mom. I let you stay with me and took care of you. Instead of being happy with what you had, you decided to steal from us. I'm appalled to know that you stole from my wife and compared yourself to her sick mother. How could you be so mean? I am sorry, Ian. I'm sorry, Abby. I shouldn't have said that. Abby, please ask Ian to forgive me. I don't think I will be doing that, Kayla. You've betrayed my trust multiple times and shown no remorse after repeatedly stealing from me. You also crossed a major line when you brought my sick mother into this. Honestly, it was downright disgusting. I understand my mistake, Abby. I promise this won't happen again. Please don't do this to me. We didn't really want to hear her fake promises anymore. We knew her well enough to know that she would be back to her mooching ways if we forgave her. So we decided to let her face some consequences. I have to admit, her remorse seemed genuine, but we couldn't trust her again. She had to leave the house. She was forced to move in with a widowed friend after the month was up. Currently, she is working at Walmart to make ends meet. I really hope she doesn't try to scam them as well. She still calls and visits to beg us for mercy, but Ian is sticking to the no-contact rule, and so am I. Abby and Felix have gotten even closer to us, and we are actually planning a trip together. So far, life has been good again, and I hope it remains that way.